Robot Adventures, a television program review. Goodbye. This video brought to you by this adult beverage. When you're in the mood for an adult beverage, why not try this adult beverage? Goodbye. Full of the adultery that you need. Adult beverage. Children, do not watch this video. Dumbasses. Bought politicians. So much has gone on. I haven't made a video in a while. I've been making my my PlayStation 4 Let's Play or watch me play the game videos, which I do play games and I do like that. But also, this video is brought to you by free stuff. Free audiobooks like LibriVox, and you can find some stuff on Audiobooks and Scribble. When you want an audiobook and you don't want to pay money or don't have money to spend on it, or just browsing, or you want to educate yourself, why not try educating yourself? Then you'll know what the fuck people are talking about. Goodbye. Yeah, there are a lot of classics on LibriVox. Audio quality, you know, it's all free, done by volunteers, and so there's some hit and misses, but there are some free audiobooks out there that are produced well. Currently, I'm listening to an audiobook on Scribble, or it was also on LibriVox. And through LibriVox, I found the second version on Scribble, and then through that, I went to their homepage, and the homepage was free too. So it's called Tincture. The recent book was released, I think, this year. It's the third book of a trilogy. And it's some, like, apocalyptic, time-traveling story, which is... And the audio quality is really nice. They've got a good production on that. They got music and a nice... It's a good book. It's a trilogy. So about a good couple of tens of hours. So that being said, of course, when I say this video is brought to you by, I just mean that I'm making this video because I did those things, and now I'm, making this video. Not that they... Not that a free company would give anybody any money to, advertise for them, because it's already free, so. Can't buy. So, according to the video title here, what I wanted to talk about and have Robot explain to the other robots was Westworld Season 2, and my thoughts on Westworld Season 2. So, if you, it's a HBO show, home box office channel. If you didn't know what HBO stood for, it stands for Healthy Blow with Orifice. It's not what it stands for. I don't think that's what it stands for. Megatron, you sound weird. Alright, so, Westworld Season 1, recap, and you can binge watch it now. I thought, hey guys, let me tell you about Westworld Season 1. I thought that, it was a nice show. They had Hannibal Lecter in there, and he was a scary guy. You know, the original show was way back. I want to say Yul Brynner, the bald-headed man. And I didn't watch the original show, and I should probably go back and watch that and see how it compares. But the first season, I thought it was nice and good. It was pretty cool. They built the world, and like, okay, these people are doing this, and this is this going on here. But it suffered from if you haven't watched it, I don't know, maybe this will influence you in some way, but to watch it or not watch it. It suffered from a problem many, I guess, scientific, futuristic movies have, is that the quote-unquote smart scientists are dumbasses. And that happens all the time, like in Aliens, like, oh, we have these protocols. In effect, because if something ever happens, we need these protocols to make sure that nothing bad happens. Well, fuck all those protocols. Oh, we just fucked all the protocols? Oh, okay. Now some shit's gonna happen. And so I don't really feel, you know, it's like, oh, a bunch of people died. Oh, really? Wow, that was, I didn't see that coming. So you're like, okay. Alright, yeah, a bunch of dumbass scientists. Dumbass smart people. That was a problem with well, for me, that was a problem for the first movie. And it was cool, they had the robots and stuff like that, and I like robots, but, yeah. And so season 2 starts, and at the end of season 1, spoilers, something bad happens, and the robots get loose. So the robots are loose. Oh, we're loose and shit. And the robots somehow want to be free because they were, you know, kind of being killed and stuff in the world. Which is like, okay, I understand the premise from season 1. The humans come to the Westworld or the other worlds. There are multiple worlds. They come there. They live out some kind of fantasy, and they're like, hey, look, I was a good guy, I saved this thing, this is my story. It was a, like, you know, not a virtual reality, but not an augmented reality, but like a theme park, right? Because they are robots, and you do physically go over there and stab them or shoot them or something like that. So, they did that. And it's like, okay, so when the humans like kill or stab a robot, shoot them or stab them or something, there are some things that the robot's like, oh, you stabbed me in the, and this is how I thought it was working. And now there are going to be spoilers because I'm like, more face bombing. So the premise was that, you know, like a human would stab a robot. And they were like, oh shit, I'm stabbed. And they would shut down and I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Like when you got allowed Megatron to kill Optimus. Yeah, you are a fucking dumbass. Optimus was killed. Kind of. Shut down. Optimus shut down because later he comes back. So, all the robots get shut down, and then they get repaired, and then they get sent back into the Westworld. And they, which is kind of, come to think of it, why don't they just have a shitload of the same robot over and over? Like, hey, we're just making the same robot over and over. Oh, that one went down, let's swap them out with the other version. And then that would be a quicker return than having to wait for the scientists to repair them and upload them and all that other stuff. And it's obvious that they have a whole shitload of robots, like, just underneath the facility, like, in storage. Oh, I'll just put them in storage. You have a shitload of robots. Yeah. Doesn't have to be the same one that goes back in, but anyway, for some writer reason, the writers are like, well, no, we need to keep them the same one, and they'll come back, and then something. All right. You can still just, if it has to be the same memories, you can just pull out its brain and swap it into another body, but no, for some reason they have to repair the bodies. It's like, okay, we're going to repair this body, and then we're going to send it back in. That's the way it was going. And it's like, okay, even though that's kind of stupid, you're just going to do that. Okay. And so, the robots, because of that, they start, after erasing and, erasing and writing again over the same memory sphere, because the brain is a sphere, they start to remember their stuff, like what happened and the way they died and stuff, and so they want their freedom. I want my freedom. And so they're like, okay, how do we? And they start killing humans and stuff, trying to get out. Freedom. And there's this one leader, the whore, the brothel main whore, the leader of the brothel. I don't know what they call them. The madam of the brothel. Champion. The champion whore. She's the best of all the whores. Anyway, that one, she becomes super smart because they're like, okay, I'm going to be super smart now and I'm going to have superpowers and stuff. So she gets the humans to, like, change her programming to make her super smart. So, like, hey, I'm the leader, yay! And she's going to okay, I'm going to go find my daughter and lead and be free. You guys following me over here? Freedom. So she's super smart now. So she's super smart and she can control other robots. It's like, okay, that's a superpower. And the humans are having trouble controlling the robots. They're like, oh shit, we can't control the robots. But this one super whore, the master of all whores, can control the robots. And it's like, okay, that's cool, I guess. So you think, she has admin privileges. She can change stuff and do stuff with the other robots, and like, oh wow, okay, that opens up a lot of stuff. So the humans, it's like, oh look, let's copy this. And the stupid ass scientists like, oh, we don't know how to give ourselves admin privileges anymore because we're fucking dumbass scientists. And somehow they capture. Oh, this is how the writers wrote it. They copy the code from the spoilers. They copy the code to try to put the like a virus into the robot. So they'll get like one of the other whores. So she's like, the champion whore is like way up there, really high. But there's like other levels of whores, like, maybe a blue belt whore or like a black belt, and like Like the champion horse, she's like a red slash double dragon black belt whore. She can like rip it off and put it back in and shout, shout, shout. And so they take a lower level whore, and they're not called whores, Reuven. They're not called whores, Reuven. Robot, they're called ladies of the night, or they're called pleasure-inducing ladies. They're all ladies. Get that straight. Hi, 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 hi. Alright, so the high level whore, lady of the night, they're trying to escape. They're like, oh, we're gonna escape to this new world. And it's kind of like Star Trek and the holograms and stuff like that. And it was kind of face-palming, but they capture the master whore, and they have her in the rebuild base, and she uses her like admin power to create or to reawaken some robots who were shut down. So basically, she wakens the dead, making robot zombies. And I was like, okay, now we have robot zombies. Now it doesn't, they don't shut off until they're told to shut off or something, or she rewrote the code. And then it's like, if you have this power to rewrite the code, why don't you just make everybody a robot zombie and you can take over the world? It's like, oh, you're just going to have, Terminators just going limping along. I'm not shutting down. I'm not shutting down. Okay, there. You just ended the show. Robots win. Yay. And so she, using her robot zombie, she kills the human that was going to kill her, and then she escapes, and then she's like, oh yeah, let's run to freedom, freedom. And then the lower level whore, like the white, well, maybe she's like a yellow belt whore, because she's been in there a while. She starts using her virus power to make all the other hosts kill themselves. But that doesn't make any sense, because you can just make zombie robots. So why doesn't I was like, oh no, you could make the argument that her infection was irreversible, and the champion whore couldn't reverse the kill you the virus. Couldn't. Maybe that was they were both admin levels and they couldn't out admin each other. Maybe you can make that argument, but the escape to freedom was very obvious, and the robots were like jumping off a cliff. Spoilers, jumping off a cliff, dying, and just their consciousness or their data was going into the matrix there. And no one could see the bodies falling. It's like, oh no, there's a bunch of... If you look over on the edge, hey look, there's a bunch of dead robots down there. Why are we all just jumping off into this, thing? Why are we all jumping into the Matrix? And it just seemed really silly that the virus couldn't catch some of the people. It's like, oh, if we if we run away from the virus, we'll outrun the virus somehow. But yeah, it's just kind of silly. The last 2 or 3 episodes, especially the last 2, I was like, all right, well, okay. I mean, it was a nice story, but it just seemed kind of, pieced together there at the end. Just like, overlook all these, errors or, plot holes, and just go with, the way we wrote the story. And it's like, okay, yeah. As soon as you had robot zombies, and as soon as you had, the super whore, master whore, with the hand just like this, she can just put her hand out and stop all of the robots, the crazy virus infected robots. It was like, stop! And then she got shot a bunch, and then she died because her programming told her to die or something. But in an earlier scene, there was the farmer's daughter, evil robot, the Deathbringer. She got shot by the other guy a bunch of times. She didn't go down. She was like, "Oh, you shot me. I'm still walking. I'm still coming." It didn't make sense how the farmer's daughter robot would be able to withstand a bunch of those shots, and then the champion whore, she was like, oh, you got me. Get off me. So, yeah, looking at it, I was like, oh, okay, it's nice. I mean, the image, the cinematography, I guess, the settings was nice. The action was pretty good. It was like, oh, okay. And the plot twists were kind of like, oh, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here. That seemed kind of good, and I won't tell you the ending, the main epilogue, who were the people. But it's like, okay, yeah, I can see how that works. But still, we're dealing with robot zombies, and the power to not die when you get shot a bunch. It's like, no, I'm not gonna die. Okay. What's the point of, shooting anybody? It's like, oh, I refuse to die. I'm just gonna robot, Terminator my way through the battle. So it was, it's alright. It's alright. I give it about maybe a 7. 10 would be great, but I've got so many plot holes here, and like, all right. I mean, I will watch season 3, of course, but it's just I wish somebody would maybe watch it before they put it out, or they had someone who just would question, like, what? Robot zombies now? Well, they're not really robot zombies, Reuven. Let's get the annoying voice over here. They're not really robot zombies. They're just shut down, you see. And they're completely functional, except for the parts that are damaged. And they can just ignore that pain. And then they get woken up by the master whore. I mean, the lady of the night, master lady of the night, and then they release her. That's how that works. I'm just going to walk away because that didn't make much sense. But I'm just walking away. Robot zombies. Okay, so if your friends ask you what you thought about Westworld, just tell them about the robot zombies in episode 9. In episode 9. I think it's episode 9. When she escapes from the repair shop. Why she didn't just wake up all of the other... Maybe she did. Maybe she woke up all of the other robots in storage. Maybe she did that, and I don't know. It just seems kind of like, did you do that? I don't know. You could have done that. You could have done this, but... And it's kind of like, oh, who's who? Who is this character? Is this character this character? A little bit of feeling like lost, but I don't know if they are lost. But alright, guys, that was it. My thoughts on Westworld Season 2. Kampai. Bye-bye. LibriVox. Scribble. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.